Cells are always busy performing cell processes all the time. Active transport of many substances needed for their survival, for example, and the energy currency they need specifically is ATP. Now, ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. It's a type of nucleic acid actually, and it is action-packed with 3 phosphates. The process for making that ATP can be different. However, depending on the type of cell, one way is called aerobic cellular respiration. Before digging deeper about the topic, what is aerobic cellular respiration? Aerobic cellular respiration is how we derive energy from the food we eat, specifically glucose. Since most of what we eat ends up as glucose, here's the chemical formula for 1 molecule of glucose. Remember that the major goal for any organism performing this is to make ATP. Cellular respiration involves 3 major steps, and remember that during cellular respiration, organisms break down nutrients in order to produce energy in the form of ATP. Let's take a closer look to see how this happens. Cellular respiration consists of 3 primary stages. These are glycolysis, the Krebs or citric acid cycle, and the electron transport chain. The first stage, glycolysis, occurs in the cytoplasm outside of the mitochondria. During glycolysis, enzymes break down glucose into 2 molecules of pyruvate. During this process, 2 ATP are produced and NADPH is released to be used in a later step during cellular respiration. Then the preparatory reaction happens. During this phase, the pyruvates of glycolysis move into the mitochondria, where they are converted into acetyl-CoA. During this conversion process, more NADH is produced and carbon dioxide is released in stage 2, the Krebs or citric acid cycle. The remaining carbons from the initial glucose are oxidized, releasing carbon dioxide. NADH and FADH2 are also produced in addition to 2 ATP molecules. Most ATP production occurs in stage 3, the electron transport chain or ETC. In this stage, the NADH and FADH2 from the previous stages give up electrons to the chain. Energy is released and captured as the electrons move from a higher energy to a lower energy state using a series of proteins embedded in the membranes of the mitochondria. Later, this energy will be used from the production of ATP, typically 32 to 34 per initial glucose. Oxygen is used by the ATC as the terminal electron acceptor, then combines with hydrogen ions to produce water. If we add up all the ATP produced from just 1 glucose molecule, we can see that this reaction produces a total of 36 to 38 ATP.